Well, when I ask anybody, they say, but then they're 2029 because Mr. Walker disqualified the place. So I don't think the president government will do something.
Who said the president disqualified this place?
President Walker said, doing reality.
Our president Walker said.
Yeah.
So where's the enemy office?
That's the office here. That's his enemy office. I think you see the writing there.
So this office is locked.
It's locked. As you see it, the office is locked.
Okay. Let's start to go.
There's a general bathroom. Yeah.
So these few people that are selling here are those that are buying by the rules. So
Yeah, exactly so. Same, the past government saying, oh yeah, we've been here. People have been here. Yeah. The building back there, Madam Ellie, Johnny Selling, building behind there.
Talk to one or two persons, then we'll go to Ellen building. Yeah, let's talk to this woman.
Yeah, that go behind there. Let's talk to somebody.
Hello, ma'am. My name is Theophilus. What is your name?
Honey Afi.
What's your name?
Afi Myers.
Okay. So now, some of your friends are in red light selling, and some people don't want to be on the market kitchen. What do you think the government can do to bring those marketers back here?
Then they bring it back because we here no buying sometimes. All the bring say they won't say they don't bring with it, so they want for to bring it back.
Wanting to bring them back?
Yes.
So is it that what do you think really causes the problem for the people to leave from here? What happened?
They say they can buy here.
So they can buy here?
Yes.
Yeah. So you want the government to bring them back?
Yes.
Okay, what's your name?
Honey Afi Myers.
Okay, let's go. So first, you can see from our cameraman, hey man, this market was built by former President George Weah. The marketers don't want to sell here. They are leaving this big market, going on the road. Where can we go? Going on the road, selling on the streets, and they don't want to come under this market that was built previously by former President George Weah. You went on the other side, you saw the place.
Good afternoon, and what's your name?
Yeah, the 25th of March, in the afternoon I left from here. I went all the time. So the children in the area I told them to go to church. They were having referral to the church. So when they came like 8 to 9, my son called me. He said, oh,
be strong.
He said,
be strong, man. Sorry, be strong.
Sorry.
So he said, Mama, where you at? I said, no. He said, come to the hall quick. I said, I far off. What happened? He said, Jack. I said, no, I far off from you. He said, we can't tell me fire on the wall. I said, fire? From where? He said, well, no, Jack cannot mean the people off in the fire. So I was like confused. I called my sister. I said, I called the other one. I said, you go to the hospital. They say fire on the horse. And they called me. They said that you all your thing is brand new. Everything up to now the iron cake can open. Everything, boy. Everything. Even the poor market was selling everything. In the fire.
Yeah. Try be a little bit strong and explain to her why were some of the things you were selling?
I used to tell the crossbear from one fuller man with the waist bear. That crossbear with the quest with waist bear. The man son was chasing money and selling scratch cards. And it was not complete. That unfinished was. So I took it and faced it. Everything, the only thing I owe that was they sing. I faced the place, everything. And now the money, we take all the calculation and went to 1 year, 3 months. And I just moved here. I material home that they see where last year again for the place. We just moved here, we spent 1 month February 11 we came in the place. On the 25th, the whole place catch on fire. Nothing I was on the table there. Everything. Even my children uniform, all the mail market, the money my son was teaching, scratch car, everything went. Nothing. No one even let her carry for.
So, your
There was current in the house?
No.
There was no current?
No comment. Up to now, nobody tell me what happened. Up to now, nobody.
were you using candle or mosquito coil?
When I use that they beach and they lay again. We can use mosquito coil. We can use that they spray with the orange tap. We can use. We can let mosquito coil. We can let coil. And the children were not even home. They were not even home.
Were there confusion around the house? Have you, since you moved in, you have getting any information about confusion?
When the LDC working, they were cutting the wire like that. They myself were like accurate. I was, oh, that the only person are accurate.
So this have already happened now. Let's get to the point. Where you and your kids are currently staying?
The children can sleep in a one church at on the side. They are sleeping. My sister, everyone.
So those watching now, it's obvious you'll be seeking assistance. What are the assistances you're seeking? What do you want them to do? What are the most important one that they can handle right now?
I just want a place that me my children will be. It can be anywhere. Because they play that over 40.
There are people who will be listening as well. We want to know how can they get in contact with you?
I can get you my number.
Yeah, at least announce the number this year, please.
So announce the number.
0888 669164.
So you are also using this number for mobile money.
What's the name on the number?
Rose Moon.
Is there any alternative number just in case the number be off?
Yeah.
Just be a little bit strong.
7274.
Again?
0772 92 72 74. I'm not calling the number.
Okay. So you said you're looking for all of things.
So following this fire incident, were you able to meet your district representative to seek help?
Yeah, we went there.
Who is the lawmaker in fact?
Michael Thomas.
Okay.
We went there and told us we can do all, or he will try. Yeah. He will try.
Did he attach any date for his intervention?
No.
And since you went to him and he promised you that he would try, have you gone back to him to do a follow-up?
Yeah, we just from there before passing over there.
And what was his response again?
Like, he was going for meeting, so he said we should check back.
Are you talking about meeting other people? Who are those prominent people you have met with also?
They said we went to Imael, but we were not able to see him. And we went to Town House. That we never met. Yeah, PCC, they sent someone, the person came and saw the place, but send the person go. Nobody can come.
So
this wonderful 14th day in the month of April. I'd like to say to all of you, welcome to your breakfast info compiling program, the morning ride, settling back here on your Cool 91.9 Cool Radio, Cool Online, K News, as well as Cool. You're welcome to our YouTube channel as well. Welcome, folks. I'm Weekie Brooks, Ambassador Vice here. T. Nicholas Baker is the man behind the camera this morning, producing all of the videos and sounds on this wonderful presentation. It promises to be great, stimulating, very talk provocative, and we walk the walk and talk the talk. And as usual, have to shift the paradigm of our democracy. Without fear, without favor, we speak undiluted truth to power. Critical analysis, critical thinking, your views, comments are well respected, but what supersedes have to be facts on this edition. Listen and listen with comprehension, because if you dare go the other way, we will certainly punish you on this platform. Welcome this wonderful, wonderful morning.
Or we end the interview. Is there anything you want to talk, you want to send any other message to the public?
Yes, I just appealing for help. I'm a single mother. Right now, I get nobody to help me. And my children were just managing here. But they said they're happy, so I just begging. Whosoever God will touch the hand, let it just be a blessing to us. We homeless rest now. Right now, I get no parents. Just be managing here.
Good to have you joining the conversation on this wonderful day. Good morning, Ambassador.
Good morning, Ambassador, and good morning to our folks out there, Liberians in and out of this country. We say welcome again. After a long weekend, it's great to be on this platform again. So welcome to all of you. Thanks for joining us on today. Remember, we'll open the lines, speak to the issue we talk about or what we're discussing. And speaking the ambit of time, and we want to be, please focus, please listen to the program so that you contribute also on today. But it's great. I'm Nathaniel. Good morning to all of you.
Good morning again to all of you, and thanks for joining us once again on this edition. You know, I still remember a couple of years, I think 2-3 years ago, the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation, under the stewardship of Donna Kamara and his folks, they have a whole lot of things to do over there. Today, Mo Ali and the folks are fighting to repair some of the damages that were done there. Criminal Code C has ordered his arrest of Donna Kamara. This man, according to the report, is in connection to misappropriation or misapplication of US $240,510 intended for operations for the corporation. It's been reported that he made away. And this is, some folks will say, oh, the poor witch hunting.
That's always the case.
Yes. But this is the man who bragged from people and told them that the president was his friend. Nobody can do anything to him. I ate potato green house, I told you, right?
Yeah. You're in your house.
He didn't even know I was there. In Sophie. So now, and he's not just alone.
Yeah, he and other folks.
Yeah, he and other folks. You had the deputy manager of director for administration, George Yanku. Manager for materials and administration, Shea Masakwe. Manager coordinator for Grand Paso County, Mohamed Kone. Owner of Sassi Brothers Business Center, and Ayuba Kamara, and employees of the business center. These are the people who've been robbing us.
You know, Ambassador, during the days of the likes of Donna Kamara, Sori Momo, and other folks there at the LWSC, there were several allegations and controversies over their state.
You know that up to this time, you know how many vehicles got missing? You know he was contesting in Bombay County.
And he even coerced workers to put
Yes.
them there.
Those who were contractors, he said once they can go and register in Bombay County, he will make sure that they become 4 employees. And the employee, the contractor agreed. But at the end of the day, they decided to punish him for the long slavery he had.
You know, these are issues we talk about, and that
When we were talking there yesterday, they were criticizing us. Saying also now it's been revealed now that these people reportedly are criminals.
Yeah, and you know this case earlier on there was a hold up onto this case earlier on, but then the court said that when there were issues, if there will be issues of further evidence that will come up, they will reopen the case.
And don't forget that this is nearly 4 years, and this from the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission.
Yeah. You remember in 2021,
and he was highly protected by the former president.
2021, when George Blumber Dixon and the others sent an arrest for them, they were discharged because they could talk about nolli prosequi, but then the LCC said the case could not be open at the times
on ground that there was
sufficient evidence.
Yes,
but there are sufficient evidence now.
Yes,
there are further evidence that have been uncovered. So because of that, the LCC, they have reopened this case here, and these people will be able to answer the questions. You know, we cannot find folks siphoning government money. Government is looking for money. Government is in need of money, and money that are there, folks go there and misappropriate these monies in the name of fighting for the people. This can be accepted. So at the end result, this case has been reopened again, and we hope that this time it should not just be because of news, but let it be because of seriousness. Because folks need to answer to what all they have done.
And according to the court document, they say among others that an amount of US 99,000 was allegedly transferred from a project account belonging to the LWSC to a Booker's offshore company called Hydro Council. You see?
Sure.
Things are intended to help the masses. Few hands want to just enjoy it for themselves. They should always look good. Their homes should always have food and all of those things, and while others struggle. When you talk about it, then people say, oh, you buy more from somebody.
You know, there's a reason why institutions in this country are just on the swinging line.
Yeah.
Because folks that are in the institutions, they go about running the institutions as per their thinking, and they think that nobody should ask them questions. Nobody should query them. The court should not ask them. They are the law and gospel at the time carry on activities. But then you realize that when they leave, the institution break down. When you find others coming to take care of institutions, it becomes a start over process. This is bad. Imagine there have been a new document, the court document has revealed that among other things, the amount of 99,000 were allegedly transferred from a project account belonging to LWSC to a Booker's offshore company that has cancelled. So you see, and this money can no longer be accounted for, and this money was for specific purpose within the institution. Today, that would have helped the LWSC, that it would have been struggling there what it's going through now. So you see, and there are more of these kind of people. We hope that there can be pieces of evidence gathered, because we just don't want people being accused or allegations leveled on folks. At the end of the day, there are not substantial evidence to proceed with the cases, and at the end of the day, we'll drop these matters here, because it doesn't hurt just one individual, it hurt the country a lot. These people must be able to answer for their call. Remember, the management went through a hiring process with the council, the management of the LWSC, to conduct a feasibility study, design and prepare a tender document for the construction of a civil and mechanical work to improve water delivery to Paisley and Central Monrovia. So you see, this was important. Like I said earlier on, if this process was completed and this money was used for the internal purpose, we won't be suffering asking for water in Central Monrovia and Paisley at this time. There would have been immense progress done, and the new administration will come and build on it. But you saw the kind of struggle, the process that this new administration went under, and the still fighting to have water into Central Monrovia and Paisley. Imagine by this time we should be having water all those areas. We should be having water all those areas. We should be talking about provided water for other rural parts of our country and other cities in the various counties. So you see,
just imagine, see some of the pipes that have been changed. So you mean that the people just sat there and were just lying or just drink anything?
Yeah. But you saw it was evident, Ambassador, when at times faucets are open, the water that comes out of the pump, very dirty.
And it should be colorless, tasteless water. But we start to see, water coming, the water is brown.
Yeah, the rust coming up. Some of these pipes have corroded over the time. You see the erosion of the water passing through them, and these samples are coming to the water. But now the administration on the election more at the
and his team.
I really revitalized this process, importation of very high quality pipes, very large ones that can enable water to flow in abundance to certain locations. So this thing, like I said earlier on, this thing should not be taken lightly, because government can be struggling for money and issues. Remember the LWSC, the project implementation unit, contrary to their procurement process laid out into PPC's regulations, went out. There'll be another process unveiled. 59,000 gallons of fuel were procured at the cost of 177,730 by the management at LWSC. Now they never follow procurement process, but they always spend that kind of money, and this is a huge sum of money.
Very huge.
Yeah. Can they tell Liberians how and the purpose of which? So there are more evidence that have been uncovered after the real arrest came up earlier on, and they have to be not prosecute the case. But now the LCC, with more evidence coming up, they have said there were more damage done than good for that institution under the elect of Dwana Kamara. So they must pay, because we flagged this thing during the past regime.
No, we were seen as the bad people. Now it has come to the public now that these people must answer for the stewardship while serving in those positions.
Yeah, we flagged this thing.
Oh, we were the bad people.
For what saying, that CDC, so you hate CDC.
Yes.
Oh, that Dwana Kamara, hate Dwana Kamara. There were issues under there, and there were issues coming up from the media that needed to be given attention. Look out, there were
but you know that the CDC, what? We raise concern about they can't pay due. Anyway, start paying due. They feed it.
No, but the
people
will be teaching them. You got followers.
Say it again. I love that.
Yeah, you got followers. They call them partisans.
You can't pay due.
Now because we are talking about is you that keep up political parties. You say that we don't do the right thing.
Yeah. Thank you.
So yeah, gentlemen. Those issues proper about this station is very important, and the folks on the show. So we want to recognize your role and issues. Those are all important issues. But they who form a political party, they don't know these things. But we have to teach them. So Liberians, a lot of you out there listen to this program, this radio, and you pretend as you don't listen. Now someone put a radio on, you lower your car, you have lower your offices, you are there this morning. Into your house, it's playing, but you don't want people to know that you're playing Cool FM. But you're listening to all these things. So at the end of the day, you go and bring your national table and say, this is the point, we must do it. You see there. But you now want to face the fact and say, yes, it was these people that told all this thing.
Yeah.
They brought a genuine idea that today we are following. Well, you see,
two issues we're speaking about this morning. Water and sewer. Natl Kamara, who served in that position today, when we spoke about it yesterday, that corruption was taking place over there. Because we just want to farm off the man. Today, the court have issued order. Somebody say, "I died sedition. I'm on board sedition. I died." Today, they just told you now to start paying dues. That's how the party runs. Now, some of you are bragging, you are laughing, you are talking. We told you people are sympathizers and supporters. Until you are due pay members of your political party, that is great. 10 representatives, you're going to go by and say, go pay, what do you do? Where you won't be.
You know, This is where our folks play mockery. And what I want to say earlier on, some of you who love Liberia, and the love you give Liberia, you give it to individual. You're going to take to come out and learn everybody in the country. Because I tendency, when people are called for this kind of questioning or these issues, the next thing here they are out of the country. Nobody. And what that is should be the confirm with the code now. So that they must be able to answer questions to this process. This is Liberia people taxpayers' money. And to a larger extent, taxpayers' money from foreigners, aliens, other countries. They took their taxpayers' money and say, let us take portion of it and help other countries.
Yes.
Liberia, for example.
Developing nations,
Yeah.
let's help.
But instead of all managing what we are getting for other people, no. It's the other way around. And the reason why Liberia has not developed, I will say this again, because we're all having bad leaders. They only concern about themselves. They are wasteful. Is that you have your home where the father make sure in time, bag of rice, the coal, the detergent, and all the issues to be there. But the children waste it. They light the fire, instead of cutting the coal off, then they can be used for another round. They leave it there, get burned. They cook the rice, leave it in a pot. They say, no, I want to eat it, I want sub. They pour water on it, it's spoiled. But they're not thinking that tomorrow they will need more of that. That their management of what they have today can help them in a long while. When you look now to the distant future, they are the ones that starts to beg, they start to say they're hungry. Oh, daddy, we are hungry. Oh, papa, we're hungry. Whereas there was food there, they never managed it. And this is just how our leaders have operated. We're struggling for the little ones to maintain. But then when we get it, those who are into offices, those who are into positions, they expend the money based upon their thinking. They don't follow PPCC practice. $177,710 is not small money. That you must procure a gallon of gas or gasoline or fuel for operations. That today we get the account of it. Why should that be happening? You see, imagine we are getting support from the World Bank. You see that? And this indictment also alleges that the support from the World Bank, the procurement of fuel, was intended for the enhancement of Liberia urban water supply project, especially during the COVID-19. You see, but said fuel was misapplied by defendants of for their personal benefit. It was alleged that during the days of Donald Kamara, they were taking fuel from the building outside. It was alleged that they even had issues at times with some PSU officers who were assigned because they wanted to, what was intended for the institution was now being transported to a different location, and so money must go in their pocket. It was alleged at the time. The issue was said, but everybody overlooked that. And you saw what happened COVID-19. You saw how Liberia suffered from the sting of COVID-19 in this country. When families, fathers and mothers cannot be close to each other, when there are issues observed, children, fathers have to be very much careful. If you see your family sit there together and one person gets this, you see everybody running away. You see that? There was a hard course as to manage what you have, because you just don't know where it will come from or who will contact this thing here and might put the entire family at risk. You see? And this is serious. Even the court document again revealed that remittance, water bill that was paid by the Memorial Club Brothers, that amount of 13,000 was received, but said money was allegedly misapplied and cannot be accounted for. You see what I'm talking about? But when are the commoners who want water, who are prepared to pay it, when they fall short, they will say, cut the line, disconnect them. But these bigger institutions in the country, factories, industrial areas, they connect these people, and these people paid. But the money they people paid Liberians don't see it.